It's an honor to talk to you, by the way. A big fan of your work. I'm very interested in little details that speak to a character. I see you wearing the beanie right now, and I was wondering in terms of the choices you make in terms of the Chuck Taylors and the red beanie. Those are big parts of who the character is early on in the film, and they're little details that speak to kind of who he is. And I wonder narratively what those mean to you, what those say about the character, and kind of what you build in with those.
Well, Anthony is a guy who he's an artist, he's a painter, and he sort of has the mind that he doesn't want to think, he doesn't want to make decisions. You know, he wants to work, he wants to worry about his art, still be stylish at the same time, but sort of wear items that he could wear every single day. You know, and I think his beat up Chucks, he probably have some inspiration to draw on them every once in a while. And then this little beanie to just, roll over his head and get on out there, take photos. So that was very much about allowing him to be stylish, but also just be on the go and ready to move at any given time.
That's interesting. I always wonder about those little details that are put into the characters. There's a moment in the film where you talk about, and obviously in terms of the movie, it's a bit of a different circumstance, but he talks about the art flowing out of him at one point. Like he starts to see clearly about what he wants to do with his art. And I'm wondering, when you're filming a movie, do you ever have that moment where like it just clicks and you feel the art kind of flowing out of you? Have you had that happen on Watchmen or Here or even The Matrix?
Yeah, those moments definitely do happen. I think most of the time they happen when I've backloaded my work enough to just be free and to just let it go. And I find a moment where I'm sort of in a spot, in a really good sweet spot. But generally, for myself, I like to make sure that I'm open to, or keep myself open to any type of inspiration, and to be able to use anything on the day in the moment. And, it's sort of, you never know what's going to happen. If nothing else, you'll get a good take, and at worst, you'll get a bad take that hopefully won't make it into the film, but I try to leave myself open for all inspiration.
The elevator scene blew my mind, and I'm trying to understand how that was shot with all the mirrors around it and without having a camera in the mirror. In terms of blocking, was that something that you were kind of aware of like making sure you were situated in a way where you were blocking the camera so it wouldn't show up in the reflections?
The see-through mirror.
Oh wow, that's how they did that?
Two-way mirror. Yeah, two-way mirror.
Oh, that is so cool. Were there other tricks like that for the other mirror shots throughout the film and reflections?
I'm not sure, but that was one of them. It was pretty impressive. I can't lie, because I didn't even know where the camera was on that one. I had to ask and try to figure out. I couldn't see in the other direction, but the camera could see in. But yeah, that's a pretty good spot.
That's amazing. I'm geeking out obviously for the new Matrix film. I know that you can't speak on anything story-wise or character-wise, but I'm geeking out because the first time I saw that movie in theaters, it was a game-changing film. I'm more interested from a technical standpoint, just because the cameras that were used in the first film and kind of what they did, they changed the way movies were made. Can you speak a little bit about some of the technical elements that you experience and kind of like maybe what that's going to be like for audiences?
Well, they use some rigs. I won't go into describing it because I may end up giving away information. I will end up giving information about the movie to the people who know. But there were some rigs that I've never seen in my life, and I've done Aquaman, and I've been around the block a little bit, not a whole lot, but just a little bit. I've seen some pretty cool stuff. But I saw some rigs on this show daily that I hadn't. It just really blew my mind, and so I'm excited to see what that means for the eventual film. But it was some pretty sophisticated stuff going on.